Rock Eagle flag.
Let's go, baby. All right, yeah. So we're here to talk about the what did we just watch? The title, obviously, USA versus Guinea. We won 3-0, right?
Massive win.
I mean, it's obviously supposed to be our second team, but I mean, I texted you. I think we look almost as good as our first team. Not as good, but not too far behind, honestly.
I mean, I've been very impressed with some of these kids, and I think that there is a path, a definite visual path that at least 3 of our starters are 100% going to be in some capacity on our World Cup team.
Who do you got your eye on?
I would say John Tolkien.
Of course.
100%, Red Bull.
JMI, baby. Oh, my God. He is so good.
He's 100% going to be on our men's national team for the World Cup. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to start, but if he's not, that's just a shame. I got to admit, dude, that guy, Yao.
Dude. Okay, go ahead.
He came in off the bench first 2 games, and every time he came in, that guy was insane. Last game against the Kiwis, New Zealand, Tim Howard, when he came in as a sub, Tim Howard straight up said, he's like, this kid is playing for a starting spot in that last game. And he's been playing lights out. And Mitrovic, masterclass decision to say, you know what?
Mitrovic is our coach, by the way. Who, if anyone doesn't know, Mitrovic is our coach.
For the U23s.
And could possibly be our coach for the men's national team going forward if we have a good Olympics here. But we'll get to that. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll touch on that in a second. Yeah, but great decision to put him in. And that guy is insane. I'll be 100% honest. Never heard of him before.
Yeah.
But watching him today play, how 70 minutes I think he played, give or take, something like that.
Yeah.
He was on a whole other level. One funny thing though, a little side note, I was thinking to myself while I was watching him play, I'm like, dude, this guy is Pep Guardiola's worst nightmare. He would never be on a Pep Guardiola team because he only knows one thing: direct right at the goal. I don't think he made a side or back pass the whole entire time he was in. Right? It was amazing to watch.
Dude, he had this one turn where he stretched his left leg out as far as he possibly could and just touched it and went down the sidelines, and I was like, wow.
He was the most direct player I've ever seen. Every time he got the ball, he had one thing in mind: right down their throat.
He plays in Belgium at Westerlo.
Yeah, so I think that he is someone that we should consider, on the World Cup squad coming up as a rotation player. A couple years from now, he could be even better. So Tolkien, Yao, and I do believe he didn't play today. I believe he was hurt, but Busio, I think that he can be a good squad player, if not even a solid substitute coming up in the World Cup. I think he showed a lot of potential. It was sad that he was hurt today, but those would be my 3: Yao, Busio, and John Tolkien. 3 players so far that have stood out in the group stage that should 100% be on the radar for moving up to the full men's squad. What about yourself? What do you think?
So I real quick, just to touch on yours. To start, Yao. Oh my God, Yao is. Tim Howard said today he's got magic in his boots. That kid looks like he could be. Honestly, he looks like he could be better than Christian Pulisic in a couple of years.
Hit the post twice,
dude. They said that he could have had a hat trick today. Yeah, he literally could have had a hat trick today. He looked phenomenal. First time I've ever seen him play. I didn't get a chance to watch the first 2 games, just the highlights. And wow, he was. Wow, that's all I can say. Honestly, Yao. So, other than him, Busio was someone I wanted to see, but I didn't get a chance. You told me about him prior, and it's a shame I didn't get to see him, but I'm sure we'll see him coming up in these next couple of games as we go through this tournament. I'm sure I don't know who we're going to play in the round of 16.
Are we live?
Oh, I got that stuff.
But they said Okay, you can hit me in a second, but they said that France is playing Argentina, so we don't have to play France or Argentina, so that's a good thing.
Second place will always play first. Whoever finished second always plays first from the difference. So Argentina came in second. France is going to play them because France came in first. We're
Right.
playing Morocco.
Okay, I mean, still not an easy game for sure, but I think that should be a win for us. Absolutely. Um, other than that, Johnny Boy, John Tolkien, our man, love that kid. He is going to be on our national team very soon, very, very soon. So all three of yours I agree with. One more I want to add is Paredes, right? Is that his name? He's the one who scored the brace today.
Mm-hmm.
That dude is awesome, and he could be another great midfielder for us off the bench.
100%. Side note on him, I think someone tweeted out he's the first men's national team or the second U.S. player to ever score 2 goals in one match for the United States. Second ever.
In what, the Olympics? You're saying?
In the Olympics, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the Olympics. That's sick. That's really cool. So yeah, I mean, it was definitely interesting to see how good these players actually are, because like I haven't seen pretty much any of them play other than what John Tolkien. One more player actually I wanted to see was Taylor Booth. I've seen highlights and heard of him in the Eredivisie, and he's had a pretty good season, I think, last year. I don't know how he's doing this year, but he was on the team, and they actually brought him in. He didn't have anything too crazy going on. We did switch to that 5 back in the second half, so they were just kind of taking people one-on-one, and it was kind of tough. But overall, I mean, what a showing again in this game and the last game. So I have no complaints.
Yeah, something I did want to touch on. You actually just brought it up, and the coach Mitrovic. I have to say congratulations to him. He's really been great. One thing he did today, I'm sure you noticed. Anyone else that maybe watched noticed. First half we were doing 3 attackers. Paredes, Aronson. Actually, side note, fourth, that guy Aronson, he's 100%
Paxton Aronson.
Yeah, he's playing with his brother on the national
I
team,
think he almost looks better than Brendan Aronson right now.
He's insane. I just wanted to throw that in there. Shout out to him. But when we started the game, we were 3 attackers. When we came back at halftime, Mitrovic changed the entire formation.
Yeah,
we went straight 4-4-2 flat.
And we first half we were like we were switching between like a 4-1, it was a 4-1-2-3 and then a 4-2-1-3. So like we kept switching between the double 6 and then like the single 6, and then we'd play like 2 8s instead, or then with a 1-8, and they were switching pretty well too. It looked good.
Then, like you said, by the end of the game, we were in a 5 back. So, I mean, this is a guy who's been able to get the team to rally around whatever ideals he has, because they're extremely willing to go through 3 different formations over the course of one game.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they looked great in every formation. I mean, if you remember in the Copa, we went to a 5 back when we went down a man against who was that, Bolivia?
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, the team, we're a man down, but like that, what I'm more talking about is the 5 back itself, the defense. I don't know I guess Bolivia really isn't that good. So like you could kind of compare them to Guinea. But this 5 back looked so much more solid than the 5 back that we saw in the Copa. And I was like, wow, like we are rock solid back there.
Agreed. And just to cap it off with Mitrovic, mind you, he hasn't been with the USSF for very long, only since 2022. So we're talking in just a couple years' time, he's taken people he's never met before and turned them into a very cohesive unit. Like, we play our style of football. We never change. And even when we were down to France, 2-0, foot on the gas, keep going, keep going, keep going. Against New Zealand, we're up 3-0 in 30 minutes. Go, 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 go. Shots, shots, shots. This game, up 2-0. He doesn't ever sway. He might change his formation, but it's tactical. And he didn't say, you know what, we're up 2-0. No matter what happens, we're advancing. I'm going to drop off into a 5-back. He had a transition period where he used the 4, the 4-4-2. So, seeing that gives me hope. And to your point earlier, I think that just based off of these 3 results, I don't think the USA has to look very far. I think that they should just promote this guy.
Yeah, just based off these 3. I mean, obviously, we did lose to France, but I think we could have played much better in that game. I really think that was us on cold feet in France against a hot France team with some phenomenal players.
Home team.
Yeah. And I think after these last 2 games, we've really built some confidence, and I think we could take on anyone right now.
I agree. I think that we could. I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but just looking at the bracket real quick here, I got it up in front of me. We play Morocco. If all goes well and we win, we would move on to either play Japan or Spain. Spain's kind of scary, but it's not the Spain that just won the Euros, obviously. And Japan is always going to, give everything they got. I don't really know much about Japan, but it's not like we have to worry where, if we win, we have to play France. We wouldn't have to play France until, possibly the finals if it gets to that point. So given where we are, I think that playing Morocco and playing either Japan or Spain kind of gives me personally, at least, a lot of hope. Like, dude, wait a minute.
I mean, Spain's scary, obviously, but still.
Spain's always going to be scary. It's Spain. But, I mean,
we need to win those games, though. Those are the games that we need to win.
Yes, 100%. And even making it that far would be the greatest achievement. I mean, if we beat Morocco, that literally would be the greatest achievement in Olympic soccer history for the United States. The furthest we ever made it is the round we're in right now. And fun fact, first time in 24 years.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy.
Most of our starters, except for the 3 that were chosen as the older players, Mihalovic, Zimmerman, and Robinson, none of the players were even born last time we made it to the quarterfinals. It's kind of crazy to think about. Like, Tolkien wasn't even alive when Tim Howard led us in Sydney, to the quarterfinals. So we're talking about literal a whole nother generation and possibly the greatest achievement in United States men's soccer history, besides obviously the Gold Cup. But if we could make it, come in 4th, come in 3rd, come in 2nd, I'm not even saying we have to win, but we're on the cusp of something we've never done before, led by a guy who's only been with us for 2 years and a bunch of 20-year-olds. That's impressive.
Yeah, I agree. I think I don't know. I want to say if we make a good run, you got to hire this guy. But, honestly, if we win this next game, you hire him.
I would even go out and say, hot take, hire him even if we lose.
I know.
We literally don't even have a coach. So anyone at this point.
Yeah, you're not wrong. We need something. We need someone. So
and I think this guy's got something. And he has a weird Mihalovic.
We do play our style of football too, like you said. We play U.S. football. You can see it. Well, U.S. soccer, right? But you know what I'm saying. And it looks close to when Berhalter's team was flowing. It looks close to that. But like you said, the difference is he doesn't take his foot off the gas. Even if we're down, things don't change. We need to keep pushing. If we're up, things don't change. We need to keep pushing. We need to try different things. We need to play different formations. We're not just going to lay back and chill out for a little bit here and let them take advantage. And that's what Berhalter had a problem with. Berhalter was the kind of guy that would just get comfortable, up 1 or 2-0, and be like, okay, we're good. And then all of a sudden it's 2-2, and we dropped, 2 points. So I do agree with you. I would like to see a little more, but like you said, we don't really have anything right now. So from what I have seen, yeah, hire him. Give him a year. If it works out, we have a coach for the World Cup.
And his decisions, I mean, besides the formations and the way he's been rotating people, the substitutes, and like we were talking earlier with Yao, seeing that this kid's playing out of his mind, I'm going to start him next game. Could we just acknowledge that the decision to bring Mihalovic as one of our older players, first of all, blindsided. There's I've never heard of the guy. He plays in the MLS.
I had to look him up. Yeah,
never heard of the guy.
Plays for the Colorado Rapids.
His free kick today was insane. World class.
Dude, that was fucking beautiful.
It buried it right into the corner, no power, just curled it right to where the keeper was.
Every goal we scored today was almost world class. They were all great goals.
And that guy, the decision to bring him up was random, and everyone was like, what the hell is Mitrovic doing? And he has 2 goals and has clearly been one of our leaders on the front foot, on the attacking side of things. Obviously, we have Zimmerman in the back. He's been pretty much the leader defensively and probably over the whole team. But Mihalovic, he's been a blessing to this team. He's even young. I think he's only 25 years old. I wouldn't even be surprised if we see him as a substitute in one of the games, coming up in one of the tournaments, because he really, really is showing that he has a name and he's good. So decisions like that tell me that this guy, he's operating at a pretty high coaching frequency. He sees something and has a vision, and he's going for it. It would have been easy for him to take someone like Wright or Musa or any of these big name people where everyone's going to be like, oh, I remember watching him in the Copa. He said, no. Look, this guy Mihalovic, this is who I need to play my style. And he took it, and the guy's been lights out.
Honestly, I was thinking before, I almost wanted to mention him, but the thing is he's a little bit older, and he only had like a really good first 30 minutes of the game. But that first 30 minutes of the game, he looked like Cole Palmer at sometimes. Like the dude, I don't know how else to explain him, but it was just like a really good high level, number 10 style of play. And the dude was all over the place. He scored that free kick, and he kind of started to fade after that. But again, I also have never heard of that guy, and our coach, knew what he was doing.
Yeah, so props to Mihalovic, props to the decision by Mitrovic. So I'm optimistic about the future of the men's national team. Given where we are, we're in a spot we've never really been before, uncharted waters. But I wanted to ask you this: do you think that there is a lot of pressure on these kids? Because if you think about it, like I said earlier, none of them were even alive the last time we made our quote unquote greatest Olympic soccer run. None of them were alive. Technically to them, this is new territory. Does it necessarily mean that you think, in your opinion, that they have some kind of pressure, kind of like the same type of pressure that Pulisic and the gang had in the Copa America? Or do you think that they're just free flowing?
I 100% think that they are in the same exact mindset as the first national team, as Pulisic and all them, saying that, the goal here is to win. It's not to have a good showing. It's to win. And, you can see it in the way they're playing. We're here to win. We're not here to compete. We are the U.S. We are the United States of America. Especially in the Olympics, we are one of the greatest countries in Olympic history. I think we're number 2 with medals or something like that, right? Behind Switzerland or something. I don't remember what it was. But we're number 2 or 3 in medals overall. And you said yourself, we haven't had a real showing in the Olympics, and we haven't been in the Olympics, since 2000. And that's
2008 we were in the
2008
stage,
okay,
but we got eliminated immediately.
Okay, so still though, 2008, like you said, that's what 16 years ago, right? Yeah, 16 years ago. So
that's not my thing.
So either way, either way, these players know we haven't been here in 16 years. We're a good team. We can do something. We can represent our country, and we can go win a medal for our country. You know, we are the United States. We are here to win. We are not here to compete. That's how. Oh man, I don't even want to get into the Copa. Obviously, we don't even need to make videos on the Copa at this point. It's in the past.
Copa's a dead subject.
Oh my god! But going into the Copa, that was the thing, right? It was like we need to win. It's not like let's go to the semifinals and then lose. Like no, like we need to go to the finals. And obviously, we, had a tragedy, and I'm still sad. But that's the same mentality going into this World Cup. So if these players have that mentality in this, no, that's the same mentality we need to have in the next World Cup. And these players now in this Olympics have that mentality, right? Some of these players might be playing in that national team in 2 years. The coach might be the coach. So like we need to have that mentality in every level of national team. Everyone needs to know that like we're not just here to compete anymore. We are here. What did FIFA have us ranked? It was like 11th in the world or something.
Before the Copa, it's probably dropped since
I'm
then.
sure, yes, it did. But I'm saying, like, we were starting to be recognized as one of the better teams in the world. We need to be top 5, though. You and I always love to bring up the 1-1 draw with England in the World Cup, last World Cup. We drew with England. The same England who went to the last 2 Euro finals. Yes, it's just a draw. And yeah, sure, we drew with Brazil too. And yes, it's just a draw. But like, we are competing with these teams. And that's why I said before when you said Spain, that's why I'm like, we need to win these games because we need to show everyone that we are here to win.
I agree. You brought up just competing. I wanted to look this up because it kind of blew my mind. Every Olympics since Munich in 1972. Ready for this? 1972 Olympics, group stage eliminated. 1984 Los Angeles on home soil, group stage eliminated. Seoul, South Korea, 1988 group stage eliminated. 1992 Barcelona, group stage eliminated. 1996 Atlanta, group stage eliminated. It was from 1972 to 2000 where we literally didn't make it out of the group stage. And in 2000, we made it out. In 2008, right back to getting knocked out in the group stage. So this has got to be our year. We have the talent, we have the coach. We gotta make a name for ourselves. Really, we have to get to that semifinal spot. I believe it, and I agree with everything that you said. That we have that mentality. It shows on the field. And I'm excited for the things that are going to come. I think that there is probably less pressure, given that they're young, given that none of these guys really have the most extensive United States background. They're not constantly in the tabloids. Like you said, there's players on this team we never even heard of until the Olympics. So I think that not having that pressure, like the pressure that Pulisic and them faced for the Copa, is going to help us. It's at this point.
Yeah, I think the pressure's on themselves more than anything. Right, like
a personal pressure.
Right, and that's why I'm saying like we need to win. That everyone is putting that pressure on themselves to win. From the outside looking in, no, there is minimal pressure compared to the Copa. Yeah,
100%. And I think there's a lot of good things to come. Play wise, our tactics have been sound. Yao has been taking people on. He's looking like Jadon Sancho. He's not afraid to take people on. Mihalovic has been a leader. He had a rip in the France game, hit the crossbar. That was pretty wild. And I think we have strong leaders. I think Schulte, our goalie, is someone to hang a hat on for the future. He's still young, but even Tim Howard speaks very highly of him, and I'm very pleased with the product. We're playing good football. We're playing not just defending, kicking it long, and also, you mentioned we're playing United States soccer, but it's kind of toned down. I don't know if you've noticed, our press doesn't start as high as Berhalter's press started. We kind of let them come past the first, excuse me, the first maybe third, before we really step that press up, and I feel like that has been a good factor on not letting our defense out to dry, where like we saw some goals in the Copa America where we started to press high. Once the team played out of our press, it was kind of basically every man for themselves. Can someone make an amazing tackle in the final third to stop it? So I think his style is United States football, high press, high energy, but he's starting it a little further back. And I think that something like that is good for longevity. That's a style of football that I think is sustainable, to say the least.
Definitely. Yes. It's definitely more sustainable than Berhalter's high press.
Yeah, well, I mean, his high press was just...
We just want to kill Pulisic over and over for 90 minutes a game.
Yeah, eventually we'll look like Chelsea, just murder the guy.
All right, relax. All right, well, I don't want to make this video too long, so just want to shout out to all the viewers. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Please help the algorithm, help us out. Tell your friends, and we will see you very soon. We got another game when, Vinny? Friday or Saturday, right?
Friday, 9 a.m., which is kind of upsetting. I'm not going to lie. I'm turning my notifications off. I'm recording. I'm watching when I get home so that I could be hyped. But yeah, it's 9 a.m. on Friday. So, that kind of stinks. But what are you going to do?
Yeah, I feel you. I'm very lucky. I have off, so I will be watching.
And there you go. And anyone watching, just to let you know, in about 30 minutes, Red Bull's Leagues Cup matches and other teams are about to start back up. So that's something to definitely keep your eye on. I think it's win or go home for us and probably many other teams. But yeah, looking forward to next Friday as well. And anyone that has any questions, leave questions. If you're getting into soccer and you're getting into the United States national team and you've come to us, thank you. That's awesome. Leave a question, leave a comment. Hey, what about this? What about that? Who's this player? Me or Matt will gladly answer any of those questions, to the best knowledge that we have.
For sure. 100%. All right. Well, I guess that's going to be it for us today.
All right, guys. See you in the next video.
Peace.